Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Anna and I'm a random stranger on the internet, usually talking to you about beauty, but today's another one in my baby series. So for those of you who are new to my channel, my husband and I are 26-ish, 26 or 27 weeks, I've forgotten. 26 or so, 27 weeks. I'm a great mom. I'm gonna be A++ mom, I can tell already. 26 or 27 weeks pregnant with our first baby. I can show you a little picture of the bump if you want. Like that. Like that. I'm gonna be huge, guys. Absolutely effing massive. Because I am all bump. All bump. But, so today, I am talking about the reasons that my husband and I decided to be team green when it comes to finding out the sex of our baby. Now, I am going to say, I firmly believe in this video, I want to kind of clarify that I firmly believe in the distinction between sex and gender. However, I have always had a really bad habit of using the term gender instead of sex when talking about reproductive organs. So, it's something I'm working on. I know it's a flaw of mine. Please be patient with me if I accidentally say gender instead of sex. Please know that if I accidentally say the word gender, I probably mean sex and need to work a little harder. All right, second thing. I said my husband and I are team green. It's a little bit inaccurate. What I should say is I was firmly team green. In fact, it was one of the conditions that I laid out when I agreed to get pregnant. I was very reluctant to get pregnant. My husband was the one who was much more excited about it, much more advocating for that. But I always said, like, if I get pregnant, I don't want to find out what it is. And he thought I was crazy. However, when I did finally agree to get pregnant, he was A, so excited that I agreed that he didn't want to push it. And two, in the end, he said he didn't care enough to actually make it a thing, like to push for it. So, we are team green. And if you don't know what that means, team green means that you have decided not to find out the sex of your baby until delivery day. So, 27 weeks in, I don't know if I'm having a boy or a girl. And I love it, but I do get a lot of questions about like why we would do that. So I wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about that today. Reason number one, I love surprises. And I feel like as adults, we don't get a lot of really good surprises. Now, technically, you can argue that you would still get the surprise. I mean, the gender reveal is still finding out the surprise, right? You just find it out at 20 weeks instead of 40 weeks. But for me, especially because I don't really care one way or the other, and neither does my husband, like we don't have strong opinions on a preferred sex for our baby, the anticipation and the building up of the anticipation of this surprise has been really fun. Like, once I got past the 20 weeks, I started to get, because I was so focused before that, like, don't find out, you don't want to know. Once I got past that, I have loved the, like, building up of the excitement. Like, you know, just kind of wondering, like, wonder if I'm having a boy or a girl, you know. It's just building up excitement, building up for the surprise. And honestly, we don't get a lot of good surprises as adults. That's really sad to say, but it's true. Most surprises in your adult life are not going to be pleasant. So I just look at this as being, you know, something that we're building up in anticipation of. Number two, I felt like for me personally, and it may be totally different for you, so I can only speak to myself and my own inner workings. I felt like that finding out the sex, that a lot of the reason to do that would be based on building gendered stereotypes in my head for what life with this baby was going to be like, right? I was concerned that I would subconsciously, even though I try to fight against it, I would be like, if I found out it was a girl, you know, start daydreaming about mommy's little princess, and she would be such a daddy's girl, and one day we would go wedding dress shopping and prom dress shopping and, you know, those kind of things. Or if it's a boy, like, oh, we can daddy's little champ, and I don't know, like, you know, them playing sports together and being a soccer mom and all those things that are so based in gender stereotypes. I was afraid I'd find myself falling into those and putting that on my baby before I even meet my baby. Like, my baby's gonna deal with a whole lifetime of gendered expectations. They don't need it from me in the womb. So I'm just gonna give them a pass. I think it also helps other people not start to do that, because we want to, right? We wanna dream about what it's going to be like with our little person. And because we don't know the little person, we can't help but default to societal stereotypes of that. And I find that, because I don't find out, I'm falling into the daydreams are a lot more, for me, like non-specific, but still really sweet and intimate. Like, I know, boy or girl, I can't wait to see my husband like laid out on the couch with a baby tucked into his arms watching UK football and UK basketball, because that's gonna be what it's gonna be like, right? I just find myself building very still anticipatory dreams, but just not based in gendered stereotypes. Number 3, this is very pragmatic, but if you plan on having another baby, which I think we have talked about, we probably do, all your stuff isn't going to be geared towards one sex. Because let me tell you, whether you want it or not, whether it's your taste or not, you tell people you're having a boy or you tell people you're having a girl, you're going to get a ton of blue stuff or a ton of pink stuff. You just are. That's what people give you. And people, I think they're like, we're having a girl, so let's buy the pink car seat and the pink bedding and the princess crib and all that kind of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, you do you, mama. I will never tell another woman how to do her pregnancy outside of don't smoke. That I will tell you. But outside of, you know, basic like caring for your fetus, you do you and you rock you. But when you don't know, people buy you gender neutral stuff because they don't know what else to do. I will say, they complain about it. People get pissed when you don't know the sex of the baby. They have like all these very strong opinions about why you should find out. And inevitably it'll come to like, well, I don't even know what type of clothes to buy you. And I'm like, you can buy diapers. Those are gender neutral. You can buy really sweet little gray onesies or gender neutral onesies. They do exist, I promise. But it means the stuff you get is going to be more gender neutral, at least until you get up into the bigger sizes, the older kid stuff, because you don't know, so you just default to gender neutral. I personally, like, this is a perk for me, but it may not be for you. I really like gender neutral things. I like gender neutral themes. My tastes lean a bit more masculine. Like, if you were to come into my house, it is a very neutral leaning masculine house. So that fits my taste anyway. So I didn't struggle with buying very gender neutral clothes or gender neutral stuff because I already like it. But yeah, so those are kind of our big reasons. We think it's more practical. We want the surprise. And I personally am trying to avoid all the gendered stereotypes that are going to come onto the baby. They're going to get them anyway. Boy or girl, whatever. It's going to happen. But at least the baby gets 10 months of reprieve from it before they are born, and we start going from there. I think it also like keeps you from having any instinctive disappointment. I've heard or read a lot of stories where people, like, I think most people in the end are happy, but you know, they find out they're having a boy or they're having a girl, and they're kind of just like, oh, but I wanted the opposite. You can't really do that if you don't know what you're having until birth. And then, like, then it's birth, right? Like, nobody walks out of the birth room and is like, oh darn, we didn't really want that one. No, you're gonna be like, I just had a baby. My husband keeps joking that he wants to run into the lobby with the baby and do the Lion King thing, like this, like the Simba thing where he's like, it's a boy or it's a girl. The music will soar in the background. I look forward to how the nurses will respond to that particular idea of his. But yeah, so overall, those are our reasons for kind of remaining Team Green. I know it is not super common. In fact, most people are like, yeah, I couldn't wait that long. But if it's something you would think you'd even be able to handle, it's been really fun. It's really, really fun. Plus, I just keep getting more and more excited. And I'm not saying if you find out the sex of your baby, you won't be equally excited. But for us, the building of anticipation has just been gold. I'm just getting really excited to find out what it is. So that's our reasoning why. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Again, just because it works for me doesn't mean it's the right choice for you or what you would want to do. You do you. You rock it out, mama or daddy, whatever you are. But I just wanted to share kind of our reasons for remaining Team Green. All right, guys, go into the world, be fabulous, be you. Bye.